First of all, thank you everybody for coming. This is the butterfly feeder live demo. I'm actually at the library right now, building one of these with all of you. So let's get started. Okay, so in your kit, if you picked it up from the library, you should have received everything to make one of these lovely, inexpensive pie tin butterfly feeders. So in your bag, you should have gotten some beads, a Ziploc bag of pony beads, a few lengths of plastic cord. There should be 4 different lengths. Each one is about 2 feet each. And yeah, they're tied in a knot. You can go ahead and unknot those. They don't need to be knotted right now because we're going to obviously string the beads on them. So that, and then most importantly, there should be a pie tin. The tin should have 4 holes punched in the rim, kind of in quarters. Okay. Oh, and before I forget, I just want to say, if anybody has any questions, just feel free to use the chat box, and I can answer them as best I can. At the end, we're going to go over just some kind of tips, ways to keep it clean, what to feed the butterflies, things like that. So first, let's get started. So you're going to take one of your lengths of cord, doesn't matter which one, and you're going to take it and you're going to string it through one of the holes. So you're just going to push the string right through one of the holes, maybe just a couple inches, because then you're going to tie a knot in the bottom of the string underneath the pie tin. So we're just going to do that. And the only reason for the knot is so you can, so that it doesn't pull through. You just want to make it so that it's strong enough to not pull through the hole there, because obviously it's going to be hanging. So we're going to do that for each length of cord. Just go ahead and go around the circle, make a knot. If you find your knot is too small, just tie another knot, make it just a little bit fatter, a little bit bigger. The holes on the pie tin shouldn't be too big. This makes a pretty big knot. All the way around. Until you have something that looks like this with all the different cords. Oh, and see, one of mine came out. See, I need to tie a fatter knot because the cord is too. Hole was too big there. Okay. So, all right, there we go. And now you're gonna grab your beads. Everybody probably should have around 80 to 90 beads. So you're going to start, I'd recommend maybe first string about a dozen onto each string, because that way then you can kind of see what you have left and fill in the holes, because you want the strands to be kind of even. If you look at this finished one here, each strand has about maybe 15 or 20 beads on it, and you can see they're all pretty much the same length. Color-wise, it really doesn't matter. The butterflies don't mind. If you want to do, if you want to do a pattern, go right ahead. It would be, if you want to do like the rainbow, Roy G. Biv, you can put them in an order if you prefer. Do like all the purples on one, all the purples and blues, all the greens and reds. Really, it's up to you, however you want to do it. And let's see. Just gonna string them. we've been having such nice weather. We've been having such warm weather. I haven't seen a ton of butterflies out there. But I'm thinking once it cools off, which it's supposed to do in the next few days, or so they say, hopefully we'll start seeing some more flying around. They'll start coming to these feeders. This is the perfect time of year to put one of these outside in your yard. We actually had a program last week. We had a virtual program. We had somebody come and talk last Thursday night about, I believe it was a gardening program about for birds and butterflies. I don't know if any of you attended that, but if you did, then you'll know how well this is going to work to attract butterflies and other pollinators into your yard. And if you didn't see it, that's fine. It's on. It's actually on the library's YouTube page, so you can get to that from our homepage, woodridgepubliclibrary.org. Let's see.
What is the name of this session that you're talking about?
Oh, it was I believe it was called I think it was called gardening for birds and butterflies.
Okay.
I have to double check on the on the website, but yeah, it was last Thursday
Okay.
evening. Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, please do. And we've had a few gardening programs this year. There was a bird watching program a few weeks ago.
And they're all on the YouTube?
Yep, yeah, they're all on the library's YouTube page.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we have all our adult programs are there, and the some of the kids programs are up there too. Pretty much all of our virtual programming should be on the YouTube page. Yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Have you tried this with success? Have you actually attracted butterflies with this?
Yeah, I've used something similar. I haven't used this specific feeder, but I've used something that was a very similar shape, and yeah, it was successful.
And what do you suggest you put in it? I mean, any kind of fruit or jam, jelly or something?
Yeah, we're gonna go over that once they're built.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
give you a whole bunch of tips and tricks on what to feed them, where to put it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I came in a little late. I
Oh, no,
didn't have the address. I called the library.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, no, that's totally fine.
This works. I'm gonna have my grandkids make one too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good family project.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the components aren't too expensive. It's a pie tin,
No.
a pie tin
Right.
and some beads, and I would think most people have. A lot of people
You
have
could probably
pony
even use
beads. laying
yarn
around.
or something.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I went with the plastic cord. The blog recommended the plastic cord because
Yeah.
It's outside.
Right.
So it may just last a little longer, but sure, yeah. And even with the beads, I mean, some people, you can use alphabet beads or just different color, different shape beads,
Mhm.
chunkier beads if you want to spell out some words down the side. Some people do that. Yeah, there's all kinds of different ways. You can make multiple ones and put them in different parts of your yard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, how's everybody doing? Do we
Good.
have it mostly strung? Our strings are strung?
Not me.
Okay. Yeah, we'll give everybody a few minutes. Has anybody seen any interesting butterflies or a lot of butterflies?
I haven't
You know what?
seen a lot.
I plant dill
Yeah.
because black swallowtails lay their eggs on the dill, and then the
Okay. Yeah.
caterpillars eat the dill.
Mm-hmm.
So every year I plant a lot of dill. And last year I had like 8 caterpillars on my dill plants. I don't really like dill, but that's the only reason I plant it.
Yeah.
But then what I found out is that they go away from the dill to make their chrysalis.
Mm-hmm.
So I did find one, so I got to watch it hatch. But
Oh, cool.
but that's a suggestion I have, is to plant dill for black
Yeah.
swallowtails.
That's a
Oh.
great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can plant it in a pot.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it gets pretty tall, so it's you know, like this big,
Yeah.
but it works great.
Oh,
And I
that's
plant
awesome.
zinnias to attract butterflies too. They love zinnias.
Okay. Yeah. I know they like honeysuckle. It can be honeysuckle can kind of get out of control quickly. It's a fast growing plant. I think it's actually
Mhm.
considered a weed in a lot of places, but it's very fragrant and it's a very interesting blossom. So I think I want to say maybe Home Depot sells it. I feel like I've seen it over there. Just, they have all their garden stuff out
Mhm.
now.
Hummingbirds like it too.
Yeah. Yes.
Wanamaker's sells it because I bought mine at Wanamaker's, a honeysuckle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and dill's pretty. That's pretty cheap
You
too.
can plant it from the seed. You can plant dill from seed and it'll grow like that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I know basil flowers. I'm not sure if it attracts anything specifically though.
Yeah, I don't know about
Yeah,
basil.
I'm not sure.
I usually cut the flowers off
Yeah.
so it keeps growing.
Right. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna continue on. As you can probably guess, we are pretty much finished with it here. Give me 1 second while I move the pin. Oops. And pin. And pin. Okay. Let me pull up the chat here. I see some things came in. Yeah, Marcella, you're right. Honeysuckle is invasive in some places. I know some species are. I don't think they all are, but yeah, it definitely is something you want to keep in a pot. We're talking about the honeysuckle plant that I had mentioned can attract butterflies. Yeah, it is best kept in a pot, or check local environment guidelines to see if there's a kind of a non-invasive species. Or just plant milkweed. That's another one I forgot. Milkweed is another.
Yeah.
It's popular with monarchs. So, okay. So we're gonna, oh no, my knot wasn't tight enough. Again. And maybe tie 2 knots in the bottoms of your string because my cords are coming out here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so once your beads are strung, I'm just gonna lift them all up. Might be kind of hard to see. So you're gonna lift them kind of up so they're all in your hand. And then, oh. This is probably the tricky part. It's kind of, I would say lift it up, make sure that when the tray hangs, it's even. It's not like, listing up on one side. I don't know if you can tell from this angle. But, imagine it hanging in a tree. You want the flat part to be, horizontal as much as you can with the ground. And then you're just going to tie a knot in the top of your cords here. Just to keep them all together. And then once that knot is tied tight, there you go. There's your feeder. And the reason, you might be wondering why the beads. The reason is basically that butterflies like colorful things. That's why they're attracted to. That's why flowers look so nice and they're attracted to them. So all these brightly colored beads sort of imitate the flower colors, and that's what makes the butterflies come to your yard. There we go. There's your feeder. And now I'm going to go over just some, some tips, some tricks, things to keep in mind after you build it, after you put it outside. Most importantly, what to feed them. So I've made a list here. So basically the butterflies like fruit. Anything sweet. I have a list here: strawberries, grapefruit, oranges, watermelon, peaches, mushy bananas. They like fruit that's maybe not as fresh as fruit that you and I would like. So bananas that are maybe a little bit more brown than yellow. Berries. You buy the thing of berries. You go to Jewel and you buy that plastic carton of strawberries that looks so nice, and maybe there's one in there that's a little fuzzy or a little soft. Those berries are perfect for this. And what else? Oh, if you're not a fruit person, that's totally fine. You can actually make your own nectar using sugar, 1 part sugar to 4 parts water. Boil it, mix it up, make sure it's all combined. Let it cool. Add a little bit of soy sauce.
Really?
Yeah, the soy sauce adds salt and minerals that the butterflies need. So just just like a dash
Wow.
or two. You're not gonna.
I
What
would
did
never
you
guess
say,
that.
4 to 1 combo?
Yeah, 1 part sugar and 4 parts water.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I never heard of the soy sauce. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is it? Just a few drops, I guess?
Yeah, maybe like a teaspoon, a couple of teaspoons, maybe, depending on how much you make.
Yeah.
Just a dash.
Okay.
And then, then just pour that into the bottom of the basin. If you do that, definitely add maybe either like some cut up chunks of sponge or some rocks, because the butterflies can't land in liquid.
Oh,
Yeah, so they'll need something to land on so they can drink. And they can drink directly out of the sponge, or they can lean over the side of a rock or even a colorful stone. You can just pull something out of your garden, something interesting looking. If your fruit dries out, you can add orange juice or fruit juice to kind of rejuvenate it and get it squishy again.
okay.
Probably get as close to 100% juice as you can, just for to keep it pure for the butterflies. And also, if you're not getting a lot of hits, if you notice your feeder is kind of blah, not a lot of interest, try a new spot. Maybe where you hung it wasn't the best. Maybe it's too sunny. They like shady spots. You could even put this on the ground. I mean, put it on the ground. You could untie this knot and then just kind of like, drape the cords and the beads like around it on the ground. That's another way. Kind of put it under a bush. So yeah, you can either hang it or put it on the ground. So yeah.